This is In the Know for Thursday, August 14, the 226th day of 2025. There are 139 days left in the year. Good morning, MB, guiding you through In the Know at K105. On Litchfield's country station 1039 The Moose, live online at K105.com via the Apple and Android smartphone app using the SoundCloud, iTunes, or Spotify podcasts, on Facebook, on YouTube, on the platform formerly known as Twitter, and the hashtag is In the Know. Coming up today, we'll update you on the latest news headlines from around the community, the county, the Commonwealth, and the country. We will have Where's Quacky? It will be day number, 9 of Where's Quacky today? And we will have the water cooler question. It will be your chance to prove your prowess, how smart you are around the water cooler, and walk away as a big winner. We will have that and a whole lot more coming up today here on In the Know. Settling into my left, rolling Mach 9 with her hair on fire, is my beautiful wife, the beautiful girl. It's Beej. Good morning, sweetheart.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
You look awfully pretty today.
Thank you.
You got big plans for today?
Chamber luncheon.
You got chamber luncheon today, and then maybe some other. You think there's some grandson in your future today?
There is.
I think that's scheduled. So anyway, we'll have fun today and be careful out there. And I do. There's something you're going to have to get involved in momentarily. Okay, but so circle back to that. He is the 5-time winner of the coveted Ohio News Hawk Award. He's the 2-time Silver Sound nominee, covering every corner of the globe: London, Budapest, Rio, Tokyo, and even Litchfield. He's Sam Gormley, and the sports. Morning, Sam.
Morning, Ralph.
How you doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
Well, I've kind of been in a hurry this morning. I've got a little bit behind. My timing was a little different today. And it's occurred to me, well, I was sitting in the school drop-off line with Alea, and I said, do we know why school drop-off is so much worse this year than last year? And she says no. And I was like,
okay.
Well, I said, there's something different. I said, usually a week or so into school, people have settled into their routine and they speed up, they slow down. And it's a nice leisurely way that you drop the kids off. But now we're doing like the double queue lineup
horrific.
before. And I'm thinking,
I've only done it once,
why
and it's
is
bad.
this? Well, so there have been changes in the afternoon, and now it's impacting Sam. And I'm wondering if it's impacting Sam in a negative way, because now the queue at Clarkson doesn't open until 2:30, which just means people are parking across the street in front of Sam's house.
Yeah,
And
I haven't had much of a, but I'm not usually out at that point.
at least they're on the other side of the street. You know, they're the opposite side than you are if they're queued up there. But yesterday I drove through, I think about 2 o'clock, and there was already one vehicle sitting there at the corner, so theoretically blocking a public street. And then I got to thinking about my school pickup days with Taylor. Her queue used to be out in a neighborhood as well, but people were considerate that you didn't park in front of someone's driveway in case they were coming or going. So you would just inch up and do that type of thing. So the afternoon, I understand. I think one of the reasons that was done is because the queue is right there by the playground. And if kids are out on the playground, et cetera, and I think they just don't want people sitting there in the parking lot all afternoon. So I understand the afternoon deal, but I can't figure out why things are so sluggish in the morning.
I don't know. I do not know what the deal is. I would have thought with having the 2 lanes, it like because they've moved the 2 lane on up, right?
Right.
You don't break off into one until the final turn. I thought that would possibly help. It has not at all. But I will tell you where you don't want to be
Where do I not want to be?
at school pickup time. At the Olson's Mercantile in Caneyville.
Oh, okay.
Trying to leave, okay?
Oh, yeah, that'd be rough too.
It is a nightmare. You
Well,
may as well just camp out.
Historically, and you can tell, I was also amused this morning. You can tell when you're a mature parent and you have a kid who's, well, in our case, she's a junior at Clarkson, right? She'll be a senior at Clarkson next year. And you're sort of amused, but then also a little bit perturbed by the new kids, like the ones that
Yes.
had just started school, and they're trying to like slow poking it out of them. Like, okay, kids, get in a hurry. But everybody will get into their routine eventually, and I hope everybody's having a great school year. so far. But Sam, I need you to do some type of deep investigation on that, since you can just peek out your window with your binoculars and investigate what's going on and why. Hot with a few isolated downpours today. We'll see some. I think the patchy morning fog has probably disappeared by now. Highs near 90 this afternoon. Heat wave will grab the area this weekend. It's going to be warm. We're watching a potential cool down for next week. Partly cloudy today. An isolated storm chance. High of 90. Partly cloudy, a low of 74 tonight. Partly cloudy tomorrow. It's going to be hot, a high of 93. But if you think tomorrow is hot, wait till Saturday. It'll be 96, then 97 on Sunday, then 97 on Monday, 96 on Tuesday, and then maybe by the time we get to Thursday. We're also keeping an eye on, I believe, what will become Hurricane Aaron. It likely to drift up just north of Puerto Rico, probably impact that a little bit, and then make a right turn without, will cause some tide and some wind issues along the East Coast, but don't think that there's going to be landfall on this particular storm. President Trump is warning of severe consequences if Putin does not agree to stop the war after their summit, which will take place in Alaska tomorrow. You've noticed the tone of this change over the last week. Since it was first mentioned a week ago, it was, we won't meet unless we know that there's a deal done. And then it turned into, well, maybe this is a listening session, and then we'll bring in Zelensky. If he drags Trump all the way to Alaska, and he's not willing to make some concessions, then I fear what those severe consequences might be. I did think it was interesting. We know how big Russia is. Just the geographic size of Russia is large. And we think Sarah Palin was famous for saying that she could see Russia from her front yard in Alaska. So you think, well, Alaska is a good meeting point, a good meeting point for the leaders. It's in the United States, et cetera. And President Trump probably needs to visit there. It's 7 hours to get to Anchorage on Air Force One from D.C. because you sort of can go over the curvature of the earth. Going over Canada. I presume you can. I don't know if they will. It's 9 hours for Putin to get to Anchorage. So it shows you how big Russia is. Like from Moscow to Anchorage is longer than it is for President Trump to get there. So that will take place tomorrow. A small plane made an emergency landing Tuesday evening near Fordsville. The Fordsville Fire Department said the Cessna 150 lost an engine and made a safe, controlled landing in a large field off Hardensburg Road. The only occupant of the aircraft was not injured. It's a two-seat, single-engine plane, popular as a trainer aircraft, and a lot of those in the sky, those Cessnas. The Eastern Kentucky mother, who is charged with the death of her 10-year-old son, told police that she gave the boy sleeping medication and buried him in a wooded area near Canoe Road in the Jackson community. 33-year-old Felicia Gross said she thought the boy had died from a medical emergency. She admitted on Tuesday to burying him near Joe Little Fork Road, and police later found his body in a plastic tote Tuesday afternoon. She was charged with second-degree manslaughter, abuse of a corpse, tampering with physical evidence. I did not see why she gave him cold medicine or sleeping medication, but apparently it was overdone. A woman has died after falling off a jet ski on Lake Cumberland. 55-year-old LaDonna Wasson from Jabez over in Russell County died Tuesday evening about 6 o'clock. According to Russell County Search and Rescue, first responders were dispatched to the Alligator One boat ramp after a riderless jet ski crossed the lake and struck the bank. A person on another jet ski alerted first responders that a body was floating in the water nearby. Search and rescue personnel secured the victim and brought Wasson to shore, where she was pronounced deceased. She was not wearing a life jacket. I don't know that I've ever seen anyone. I mean, that's rule number one on a personal watercraft, is to wear your life jacket. She had one on. She didn't when she was found. So LMPD announced yesterday, the Louisville Metro Police announced something you probably heard on national news a few minutes ago, that the suspect who killed a woman at a bus stop earlier yesterday morning is still at large. They did find a suspect yesterday. They interviewed him. They found him at school, and then they interviewed him, and then they went back and consulted, and that was not the suspect that they were. The 15-year-old was not the shooter. The 15-year-old was at the scene but was not the shooter, so the shooter is still at large. But a woman was just walking her daughter to the bus stop and was shot and killed, and it's senseless. and that same bus stop was shot at. In fact, they had because of the last week's incident, they had police at that bus stop every morning until yesterday,
Wow.
and then the shooting occurred. Now, some people will say, "Well, why did you pull the police away?" Well, you can't leave them infinitely there. Like there are 40,000 bus stops in Jefferson County, and so you can't have security at every one. It sounds like to me those people were just waiting out security. When it doesn't matter when they left, something was going to happen. But if you heard Mayor Greenberg yesterday, he was mad. I mean, just flat out mad and very passionate about the senseless shooting. An investigation is underway into allegations that people who were ineligible to receive driver's licenses, including undocumented immigrants, paid employees at the regional driver's license offices to have these illegal aliens issued Kentucky operator's licenses. Former clerk Melissa Moorman claims undocumented workers bought Kentucky licenses under the table for $200 apiece in a scam that played out several times a day in multiple branches, according to her. In a whistleblower lawsuit, Moorman alerted the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet of the scam. When she did, she was fired. She says the employees were being paid under the table. She said, "I immediately let my supervisor know." Moorman worked at Louisville's NIA Center licensing branch through Quantum Solutions, which is a staffing service contracted by the state to supplement personnel at regional offices. Governor Beshear weighed in on it yesterday. He said the cabinet immediately contacted law enforcement who are involved in a criminal investigation. He says, quote, "That includes multiple offices, both state and federal. The revoked credentials will not work at an airport and would be flagged if someone was pulled over for a traffic stop. We are committed to getting all the facts and holding anyone who violated the law accountable." State Auditor Allison Ball also kind of weighed in on the issue and said she was troubled by it, et cetera, and looks like they're looking into it. I guess not completely surprised. Unfortunately, this happens probably many places. Hopefully they are able to catch all of them and revoke all of them and catch them. But I guess the other thing that I thought is $200. I would think you could make way more than $200 on one.
Right.
I mean, for what it's able to do. Luckily, I don't think it's the real ID. I think it's the standard identification. I don't think it's the more complex one. But I don't know that for a fact. As we get closer to football season, we're also continuing to keep an eye on the summer practices and progress of the UK men's basketball team. Malachi Moreno is the topic of discussion in an article at Kentucky Today that I read. Mark Pope said earlier this summer, said Malachi Moreno is going to be fun. He said, we are going to have a lot of fun with him. He's so young and he's so capable. We're going to see moments where it's like he should be in the NBA right now. And then we're going to see moments where it looks like Malachi doesn't exactly know what he's doing, which is what many freshmen face. So anyway, I thought that was fun. Sam, it's been, I guess, 48 hours since the news broke, and I didn't really get to talk to you about it yesterday. But this UK JMI deal, it's kind of, it's unique in its sense. And I did hear a follow-up yesterday that KSR is speculating that if it's such a great idea, why is no other university doing it? But you've had more time to kind of study and dissect. Is this good for the university in the long run? Is it bad? Do you have thoughts?
I don't really know. I've not really taken as much time into it. It's kind of messy. I mean, I've listened to what Matt Jones has said, and I mean, I defer to him. He knows a lot more about these things than I do, obviously. But I think, the one point that I think a caller made on KSR yesterday was really interesting because I think, 3 big schools JMI has. I think UCLA, Notre Dame, and Kentucky. And if they're going to be negotiating some NIL deals for Kentucky, what happens if a recruit is down, and in basketball, this is very possible, between UCLA and Kentucky?
Yeah.
How are you going to have a neutral party negotiating these things if JMI theoretically wants this athlete for both universities?
I think there's a lot, and that's what I said yesterday. There's just a whole lot of conflict of interest going around here because of the structure of it. I did hear yesterday that I laid out the fear. I used the example of the car dealership. How can you are you limiting an athlete's opportunity if you're saying no, you can't work for that company? It sounds like maybe that's not part of it. Like they could reach out to other people. But now, are they actively going to do that? I don't know. It just seemed like there's not enough separation of powers in this deal. And did we determine, are they able to keep the club blue? Like, do they have its?
This replaces.
It completely replaces.
Yeah,
it
that's at least
entirely?
what Matt said yesterday.
But aren't a lot of schools keeping their own though? Aren't they keeping
yeah,
it viable to maybe keep other organizations honest?
Something like that. Yeah. It just, I don't know. It doesn't look great. Now, it is a lot of money, and that means something. It's a lot of money. So but what does that mean in the long run? I don't really know.
Well, not to mention it's a 15-year deal. I mean, 15 years. There's so much will change in the next 15 years. But I guess the other thing that kind of confused me, it's a 15-year deal. We're only 15 years from 2040. I mean, wow. I remember Y2K. Goodness gracious. We got to get to a break. We'll come back. Where's Quacky? Day number 9 coming up here on In the Know.
At Owensboro Health Family Medicine in Litchfield, Dr. Priyank Chauhan provides compassionate care for adults and seniors. Board certified in internal and geriatric medicine, he's dedicated to managing chronic conditions, preserving independence, and enhancing the quality of life. Proudly serving Grayson County because your health matters. Schedule today. Call Owensboro Health Family Medicine in Litchfield at 270-259-8888.
Thinking about furthering your education? At Elizabethtown Community and Technical College, you'll get a high-quality education close to home at a cost that won't break the bank. Enjoy small class sizes with professors who take a personal interest in your success. Scholarships are still available, making our low tuition even more affordable. ECTC's Litchfield campus is now enrolling for classes that start August 18th. Visit kctcs.edu to get started. ECTC, college for the real world.
Quality paves the way. That's the motto of Scotty's Contracting in Stone. All of the crushed stone products from Scotty's quarry in Litchfield are mined underground. Scotty's Contracting and Paving provides cleaner products made from pure limestone. If you agree that quality makes the difference, contact the team at Scotty's Contracting in Stone for crushed stone products for your project at 259-5696. That's 259-5696. Our quarry is located on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
Summer's winding down, but the summer vibes are still going strong at Beach Bend Park and Splash Lagoon. Now open weekends only through September 21st. So don't miss your chance to ride, splash, and play before the season wraps up. From thrilling rides to Splash Lagoon Water Park, it's nonstop family fun you won't want to miss. Every weekend counts, so make it one to remember. Plan your weekend adventure today at beachbend.com or follow us on socials for discounts and more details.
Smith Overhead Door is redefining entryways in Litchfield where every click of the remote promises reliability. It's not just about opening doors, it's about lasting assurance. We offer a service that inspects each part, making sure your door system thrives. With our service agreement with inspections up to 4 times a year, we spot the signs of wear before they whisper a problem, saving you more than just peace of mind. Opt for a 2-year plan and the savings rise. Make sure you get out the door with Smith Overhead Door at sohd.info. We're not just opening doors, we're opening possibilities.
Midway Pharmacy might not have the best selection of fashion accessories, and that's because they're much more interested in your health and less interested in whether or not you're styling. At Midway Pharmacy, you're getting more than a pharmacy. You're getting a pharmacist who's committed to working with you on all things health-related. Rely upon the full team of pharmacists at Midway Pharmacy. Experience what matters the most when you visit any county-wide location of Midway Pharmacy.
Apple is expected to unveil the thinnest iPhone ever at its hardware event on September 9th. Here's Michael Kastner.
Today we're going to talk about Apple Watch, AirPods, and iPhone.
Along with iPhone 17, Apple is set to release the 17 Pro and 17 Pro Max. Announcements are also expected on updates for the Apple Watch and AirPods. The iPhone 17 is expected to be priced at around $800. The Pro model could cost around $1,050, and the Pro Max is expected to have a price tag of $1,250.
And Grok is touting high ratings on the App Store and taking aim at other tech giants after returning from a brief suspension on X. When asked why its account was removed, the AI chatbot wrote that the reason remains unclear. However, in now deleted posts, Grok claimed the suspension was due to comments on Israel and Gaza that violated X's hateful conduct rules. Elon Musk, however, said that Grok doesn't actually know why it was suspended. Tech Report, I'm Mark Mayfield.
Today is VJ Day, Victory over Japan Day. It's Creamsicle Day.
I'm a fan.
Creamsicles are good.
It's not my favorite.
You don't like creamsicle?
No, not really. If I'm being honest.
It's Tattoo Removal Day, and it's Wiffle Ball Day.
Now that I do love.
Yeah, I do like it. Sam, do you all have some good wiffle ball games in your neighborhood as a kid?
Oh, you better believe it. You better believe it. We wouldn't usually use the wiffle ball, though. We ended up finding they would make foam tennis balls, and those would be a lot of fun because, for one, they're easier to throw and they go a lot farther. And they aren't going to hurt you when you whip it at someone to get them out.
What Toby and I did was we would take duct tape and we would cover about half the holes on both sides. We would take a piece of duct tape and restrict it so that you could hit it a lot further and throw it a lot further, because it was just he and I. And then so you could pitch and catch. And then we had rules. If it went this distance, then it was a double. If it went this distance, it was a... So spent a whole lot of time doing that.
Well, did you? You probably never experienced the junk ball, did you?
I don't know junk ball, no.
So junk ball is like a spin-off of the wiffle ball, and it's got holes just around the exterior of it, like the equator. And then it's got like a red thing that you can spin, and if you cover like part of the holes, the ball will do different things. And you could throw it, and it would throw like curve balls, rise balls, and everything, depending on the way you threw it or covering certain holes. And it was kind of fun to use.
I'd like to have one of those. Today is day number 9 of Where's Quacky. Hard to believe this time tomorrow we'll be halfway through Where's Quacky for our 20-day run. We better reflect first yesterday on Where's Quacky day number 8. I didn't know with certainty where this was. It did seem that most people were fairly certain where it was. The only context clue that I was able to walk away with was, my guess is there's probably only one playground or one city in the county that has a B in its playground, but then there are multiple playgrounds in that city.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't believe this is the elementary school, because I get a good look at it every couple of days. So I believe this is probably the recreational park playground there in Clarkson, where the soccer fields and the softball fields and Little League fields are.
You would have been in contention to win because you got that right.
Okay, good. All right, very good. And it's my understanding that Tammy Wheeler is the winner. She was selected to be the winner of Where's Quacky day number 8 of all of the correct guesses. So that brings us to day number 9 of Where's Quacky. Where is Quacky residing today? This photograph appears on our Facebook page, and you will comment in response to the photo posting there. Don't do it in the show thread. Do it here. Interesting. It says, we are storm ready.
Do you think you know this?
I believe I do. I'm getting kind of a blurred image, so I don't see it really well, but I think I understand. The facade that's mounted to.
I think
it's mounted on some brick.
Yeah, I think I know that. But if you think you know, then comment, and you may have your own very own duck in the Ducking Hunger Regatta, which is coming up on August 1st. I heard this morning we've raised $40,000 in the last 3 years of the Ducking Hunger Regatta. And there's no telling, so it's probably not, you probably can't extrapolate that out, but you can come up with a pretty nice total. Over the last decade that this has been going on, has been a sizable amount of money. So make sure we get all those ducks sponsored.
And, the other day I mentioned about being specific, and the hospital was the answer that I was meaning, is don't just say the hospital. We need to know, like, Owensboro Health, or, like yesterday, I don't need Park. we need Clarkson Park. Like, you got to be a little bit more specific on some of those things instead of just being
playground.
Yeah, playground. Yeah, thanks. I can figure that part out. But yeah,
So I sold 3 this morning. I'm starting to have to inbox people.
Oh, okay.
Well, you
She's
can't-
coming for you.
I am coming.
she can't come for me. I've already gotten mine.
Okay, all right. I'll mark you right off my list.
Good job.
Can't come for me. Yeah, no, can't come for me.
By estimates, more than a third of calls from unknown numbers are spam or scams.
Just a third?
I can confidently say that I receive way more spam calls than I ever get phone calls that are worthy of having.
Well, yes.
I don't get that many calls in general. I don't have a lot. I mean, most of my, I have a lot of email correspondence, et cetera, text messages with family, et cetera. We still message more than we call.
Yeah.
Right? You and I do. But we spend so much time face to face or it's in the same vicinity, we don't really have to resort to it that much. 31% by the estimate are nuisance calls. 4% are outright fraud, often impersonating governmental agencies. So I've come up with a little hack, and I've done it this morning. I'm going to see if it works. If you have an iPhone, you can stop annoying scam calls. And I have done it this morning, and hopefully it will help.
Okay.
This instruction was, these instructions must have been published before they changed the layout just a little bit. But on an iPhone, you're supposed to be able to block unknown numbers by going to Settings,
Okay.
then Phone, then Silence Unknown Callers. What I ended up doing was going to Settings, swiping down so that the search button appears, the search window, and I typed in Silence Unknown Callers, and it populated the link that I clicked on and went straight to it, and I toggled it on, and I think I hit save, and I went on.
See, that's
Now,
always.
I get them more.
I guess the downside is if somebody's calling you that actually
I agree.
that doesn't have your number.
Mm-hmm.
That's the downside.
Well, that's true, but they can leave a voicemail, and so that's where
Who does
they'll
that?
automatically get routed. Well, I still do, and people still do.
I haven't left a voicemail in. God, I have no idea the last time I left a voicemail.
But I'm having to balance out how much is the newest. If I don't use the phone that much anyway,
Mm-hmm.
and the majority of the calls that I do have are with people I know and are contacts, and I have 25 years worth of contacts.
Mm-hmm.
I have to balance out and say, where's the trade-off? Are the few times that I need a call back from AT&T or from some company that's going to call me from an 800 number I don't know, and now how do I get back in the queue?
Mm-hmm.
That's the trade-off for getting rid of all these, let us refinance and let us do this and let us do that and our mortgage department and our blah, 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 like on
See,
and on.
luckily, I do the whole, if you say hello once and no one answers, just hang up. Because if you say hello the second time, that's when they get you.
Well, I just spend more time just ignore.
But yeah, if you, I'll ignore a lot.
We were doing our binge watching last night, and Alea looks at me, and it's kind of like in a huff, right? She's like, just answer it. I'm like, it's spam. So she looks at my phone, she's like, oh, yeah. It's like, you don't answer that. Then they know you. Then they know you're out there.
That's the one of the downsides of not
Just
having a
answer it.
landline. It got worse once we got rid of our landline, because now we have to put our cell phone on all of our accounts, like things that, whether it's your whatever account you have set up with the cable company or the phone company or whoever, and they buy that data, or that's how it's out there. I put our numbers on the do not call registry, but it doesn't seem to have helped.
No.
YouTube is beginning testing a new AI-powered age verification system. They're rolling out an estimation model in the United States to provide better protections for younger users. The system will automatically apply restrictions and security measures to accounts deemed to belong to individuals under 18, regardless of the birthday entered. Users can verify their age if the model is inaccurate. The changes aim to ensure teens are treated as teens and adults as adults, with protections like non-personalized ads and digital well-being tools. While the impact on creators is expected to be limited, some say a decrease in ad revenue. Some see a decrease in ad revenue for teen viewers. YouTube says these measures reflect its commitment to delivering a safe and enriching experience for families. I think it's wonderful.
I do too.
Yes, there will be some, some hiccups, some hassles, but
I guess this is a good AI.
This is good AI.
Yes.
That's right. It's a good use for it. I'm curious to know what type of predictors that not every device that you watch YouTube on has a camera that it can view you and go, that looks like a child. Or what are all the metrics that it's scoring?
Right.
Typing, like all lowercase, is it,
If
that's a fairly old age now that people will
If
type.
if it's all caps,
lowercase.
then it's
If it's all caps, yeah, clearly an adult, let them through.
over the ages, certain age. Yep.
Well, yeah, I see some. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see some pitfalls to it, but I think once they get it dialed
So
in.
I guess I don't need to be using any of the K105 crew slang in there because they'll start thinking that
you
I'm
start
young.
throwing
Yeah.
that slang around,
You
and
won't
you're
get
gonna,
anywhere, Sam.
you won't get to go anywhere you want to go.
No suit for you.
Or you'll just be being served up ads that are all geared toward teenagers.
Yeah, I don't need
Here are
that.
7 things that happy people do on a regular basis. 7 things happy people do on a regular basis. If you want to feel lighter, start doing these 7 things. 1, plan a trip. Or let me plan a trip.
There you go.
That'll make me happy. 2, show gratitude.
We just had a gratitude discussion.
We had a lengthy gratitude
Yes, we
discussion on the back
did.
porch on Sunday.
Yes.
Do you think it made a difference?
I think so. I think she heard.
Good.
Yeah.
It wasn't a preaching
No,
conversation. It was
not at
just more
all.
of a let's always work to be more grateful. 3, talk out their stress. It's helpful to just get rid of it. Sometimes you
Lay it
when you
down.
just scream, yell, whatever, and then just go outside and shout, and then all of a sudden it's gone. Spend on experiences rather than things.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I really like that one too. That's kind of the thing with Caden. So for his birthday or Christmas or whatever, we do something together. So I
Rather
like
than,
that.
yeah. Well, things wear out, things go, things,
Yeah, I mean,
the
that-
experiences, memories last.
My
forever.
mom with some of her friends, that's the rule that they have is they're not giving each other gifts for, and if they do, it's, a $10 limit or something very small, but then they go and they have lunch and they'll shop or something to have fun that way.
They surround themselves with positive people. One of the most valuable lessons that I learned as an almost adult, but I was a late teen, almost adult, and kind of swimming in early adulthood waters, was I learned the valuable lesson of being around an extremely negative person. And it taught me a lesson very quickly. It was like, yeah, don't be around negative people. They're zero fun whatsoever.
I think Mama used to say, if you lay down, I'm sure you've heard it elsewhere, but if you lay down with dogs, you're bound to get fleas.
You get
or
fleas, that's right.
something like that.
Number 6, give a gift just to be generous. Don't give a gift because you're expecting a gift in return or something. Just do it with generosity. Giving makes you feel good. It really does. That's its own reward. And 7, they embrace who they really are. They just acknowledge to give themselves some grace. And this is who I, doesn't mean you just say, well, this is just who I am. I'm going to do whatever I want to.
Yes, that's true.
But
there is a difference.
there is a big difference. M&M's have a new cookies and cream candy. So cookies and cream M&M's are coming out in case that's your kind of thing. And then this headline caught my attention this morning because our household has suddenly gotten into this universe. Sam, do you know what a Labubu is?
Oh, here we go.
Not a clue.
Okay.
I have not.
Is this a
I have
Labubu
learned-
on my screen?
This is a Labubu.
That's kinda
on your
creepy.
Screen.
What color nose is that one?
It just looks like a brown one or
Okay.
the same color as the face, I think.
Okay.
We have had to learn a little bit that some of these are rare. They're surprise toys. You can't really see what they are until you open the packaging. And then there are limited numbers of them, supposedly, etc.
Is it a stuffed animal?
It's a keychain, and it's a keychain
They're about the
plushie.
size
They're
of
kind
my
Yeah, about the
hand.
size
Okay.
of your hand. And Alea is all about them.
Yes.
And she is bringing us She is bringing us her iPad. This one's only $14 on sale from $28.
Well, and so I kind of started it. So she was telling me about these Labubus, and so I didn't do back to school shopping with her. I just didn't. So when she was talking about this, and so I just randomly ordered her one. I did not realize what I was getting myself into. So I got some education from the other daughter about the popularity of these and blah, blah, blah. So I kind of got us into this mess.
Well, I learned from her that the one she has, which I presume is the one you got her, come to find out, it has a blue nose, and it's much more rare, and is highly sought after. I don't think it's college education valuable, but I think it's harder to find without a doubt. And the other day we were talking about them, and I said I said we're not buying Labradoodles from Shimu. To which Alea erupted because it's not Labradoodle, it's a Labubu.
And it's not Shimu.
And it's not Shimu or whatever, but where did you buy the one that you got?
So it's either Sheen or Temu, right? Okay, so it was Sheen.
You bought it from Sheen, which is basically the same thing I said we weren't going to do because it's not reputable. I told her if we're not buying them from Amazon, we're not buying them because it could be a scam. This is when something gets this popular. They try to sell knockoffs. I told Alea, you might send them your money and nothing ever shows up. You just don't quite know. But come to find out, it came from Sheen just the same. Well, a California police force in Chino has busted an undercover operation worth of $30,000 worth of stolen Labubus.
Yeah. I'm not surprised. So
is that where she bought it from?
Their feet.
The bottom of their feet is how you know?
Yes, if they are a knockoff or not.
All right, knockoff. Apparently there's a black market for Labradoodles or Labubus, but don't buy them from Sheen, whatever you do. Got to get to a break. We'll come back. We got today's water cooler question right around the corner here on In the Know.
Get ready, Kentucky. It's the Highland Farms Country Fest 2025, starring Sam Hunt and Brantley Gilbert. Labor Day weekend, August 29th and 30th in Elizabethtown. Plus, Tyler Hubbard, Mitchell Tenpenny, Tucker Wetmore, Ashley Cook, and just added Lauren Elena, the Marshall Tucker Band, and more. The Highland Farms Country Fest 2025, Labor Day weekend, August 29th and 30th in Elizabethtown. Get info and passes at HighlandFarmsCountryFest.com. Tickets on sale now.
Hey, it's Tony Vanetti from WHAS. Summertime is finally here. Whether you ride, pedal, walk, or drive, Kentuckians are reminded to follow the rules of the road as traffic increases across the state. Buckle up, put the phone down, obey the speed limit, and always travel sober. If riding a bike or a motorcycle, wear a helmet. If walking, stay visible. Let's work together for the safety of everyone using our roadways. Be safe, Kentucky. Brought to you by Team Kentucky and the Office of Highway Safety.
The boss wants me to tell you about everything at the Kentucky State Fair in this commercial. So, here goes. Dairy cows, dancers, duck slide, elephanters, escape artists, cooking demos, fancy horses, street tacos, street jugglers, kiddie coasters, talent shows, stunt riders, stilt walkers, livestock, live music, carousels, caricature, food court, fun exhibits, funnel cakes, Freddy Farm Bureau, thrilling rides, games galore, ag land, astro reel, rock and roll, serious shopping, groomed goats. And that's not the half of it. The Kentucky State Fair is August 14th through 24th. Buy your tickets online and get free parking. Go to kystatefair.org.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
K105 weather from the Wave Storm Tracking Team is brought to you by Smith Overhead Door, SOHD.info.
Twin Lakes weather. We'll see more sunshine around for this afternoon with highs in the upper 80s and the low 90s. A stray shower is possible for the second half of the day, and most of us staying on the dry side. For your Friday, jumping into the low 90s for highs in more locations, and we'll see some mid-90s showing up just in time for the weekend. From the Wave News Storm Tracking Team, I'm meteorologist Tawana Andrew.
Did you know when fax machines were invented in 1924, it took 6 minutes to send one page?
I do not doubt that.
6 minutes
In
to
what
send
year was
one
that?
page. This said 1924. The
Really?
fax machine was invented in 1924. I mean, what year was the telephone invented? And we're already doing fax machines? No, it was just that. Remember, they used to do it in baud. This fax machine is a 14.4 baud or
baud.
Yeah,
I don't even know
it was even before
Sam.
like bytes and then kilobytes and then megabytes and gigabytes and then
Can
terabytes.
I just email you?
I
Yeah,
mean, how do
I mean, I get it, but of course, you know, the old days, the old original cameras where you had to, they did the portraits where you had to stand still for like a half hour for it to take your picture. Nobody could move.
Well, then they had the real old ones where you had to sit there forever because they'd be painting you.
That's true. That's really kicking it old school.
Is that how they did your school pictures?
I still, yeah, that's why it took me so long to graduate. I can't believe we were doing the fax machine in 1924. It's hard for me to believe.
Like I said the other day, I don't think I've ever used a fax machine.
Never? Interesting. Here's today's water cooler question. If you or your household have not won the last 30 days and you're 18 years of age or older, you qualify to win. Going to text your answer to 270-259-6000, 270-259-6000. We'll give away 4 tickets to Beach Bend today.
Yeah.
Coming up, though, in the coming days, we got Highland Farms Music Fest tickets to give away.
Yeah,
We have
Highland Farms Country Fest.
Confederate Railroad tickets to give away.
Yeah.
Holiday World tickets to give away today.
quite a bit
4 tickets to
going on.
Beach Bend. And here's the question. Half parents have told their kids this lie. What is it? Half of parents have told their kids this lie. What is it?
Oh, boy, that could be
270-259-6000.
anything.
270-259-6000.
Have you told this lie?
I don't believe I have, actually. I don't believe I've.
Would Alea believe this lie, though?
She probably would. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she would believe it. Taylor Swift's The Life of a Showgirl track list is out, and they unblurred the album. The Kelsey Brothers podcast was released yesterday with her on it. It's like 2 hours long, and I'm hearing good reviews about it. Doubt I'm going to see it. But her 12th studio album will be released on October 3rd. And some of the biggest news is that there is a collaboration with Sabrina Carpenter.
Oh.
Taylor Swift and Sabrina Carpenter are track 12 and the title track, The Life of a Showgirl. So the two of them. Track 1 is The Fate of Ophelia. 2 is Elizabeth Taylor. 3 is Opalite. 4 is Father Figure. No idea if it's a remake or an original. Eldest Daughter at 5. Ruin the Friendship at 6. Track 7 is Actually Romantic. 8 is Wish List. 9 is Wood. 10 is Canceled. 11 is Honey. And 12 is The Life of a Showgirl title track with Sabrina Carpenter. October 3rd is how long you Swifties have to wait. Leonardo DiCaprio is now 50. He says that he is emotionally only 32 and explained. But he says his biggest regret is turning down Boogie Nights. He was up for the Dirk Diggler role that ended up going to Mark Wahlberg. I think it was cast correctly.
I don't know. I'm not a big Mark Wahlberg fan,
I'm not either.
you know.
But the way that movie works out, considering the character, the title, I don't think I would like Leo DiCaprio in that role. I don't like Mark Wahlberg as a result. I don't not like him. I don't like him more because of the role. I think it's a role. I think it's a tragedy, actually. And so, I don't think that Leo needed that role. He said it was a profound movie of my generation. Well,
yeah,
he's right, but I think it was cast correctly. But apparently, if he hadn't turned it down, it wouldn't have gone that way. I guess we would have never known what Mark Wahlberg would have been like in it, so we wouldn't know. Dancing with the Stars judge Derek Huff has been named the new host for the longtime-running entertainment news program Extra. Billy Bush had bowed out after he made his comeback. He decided he was moving on to other things. So Derek Huff, no stranger to the entertainment world from DWTS, and now he gets the Extra hosting gig. And then reading where Priscilla Presley has been sued for $50 million by her former business partners.
Wow.
According to a publication called The Independent, the 80-year-old former wife of Elvis Presley ultimately wanted to control her daughter's trust in Graceland, according to the suit. So I don't know who all her business partners are, but they say they want $50 million. Wow. So,
That's a mess.
Come on, Scylla. All right, we'll get to a break. We'll come back. We'll figure out who wins the water cooler question for today. We'll also have chart toppers, Pearl of Ponder, Point to Ponder, Pearl of Wisdom, and there's a happy anniversary wish to pass along today. That and more coming up here on In the Know.
Even national treasures can get lost beneath the clutter of life. Case in point is the United States Constitution. In 1787, 8 copies were created by the Continental Congress. 7 were preserved in public collections. 1 was lost for over 200 years. It was rediscovered in 2024 in a North Carolina home once owned by Samuel Johnston, the governor of the state, in 1787. The property underwent historic preservation, which required several generations worth of family history to be sorted through and inventoried. And there, buried under a pile of ordinary everyday things, workers found the missing copy of the U.S. Constitution. Marriage is another treasure that gets taken for granted and buried beneath ordinary everyday things. Couples walk the aisle and pledge their lives to one another, but they get distracted. Within a few months or years, their relationship fades into the background and gets lost beneath the busyness and clutter of life. The book of Hebrews says, "Let marriage be held in honor among all." The way we do that is by recognizing marriage as the foundation upon which we build strong families, stable communities, and a society that thrives. For a happy, healthy relationship, make its well-being your top priority. Nurture your marriage, protect it, and value it for the treasure that it is. For Focus on the Family, I'm Jim Daly.
The words you are about to hear are taken from letters sent in by members of the Trinity Debt Management Program.
Dear Trinity, today I'm making my final credit card payment.
Before I came to you, I was in a constant state of anxiety and panic, but now there is hope for my family's financial future.
Working with Trinity made me understand that I'm not alone.
You really do help people.
Your kindness will never be forgotten. Without Trinity's support, I would not have achieved my lifelong goal of becoming debt-free.
We saved a lot on interest and penalties, of course, but the reward was the gift of human kindness.
Trinity has carried me through a very difficult time in my life. You're amazing.
I used to feel so anxious and hopeless. Now I feel grace and peace.
God bless Trinity as you continue to help others become debt-free.
If credit card debt has you down, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976. That's 1-800-990-6976.
Because your health matters.
Midway Pharmacy doesn't have the largest selection of perfume, and that's likely because they spend more time making sure you're healthy and less time making sure you smell pretty. At Midway Pharmacy, you're getting more than a pharmacy. You're getting a pharmacist who's committed to working with you on all things health-related.
Because your health matters.
Experience what matters the most when you visit any county-wide location of Midway Pharmacy.
At Owensboro Health Family Medicine in Litchfield, Dr. Priyank Chauhan provides compassionate care for adults and seniors. Board certified in internal and geriatric medicine, he's dedicated to managing chronic conditions, preserving independence, and enhancing the quality of life. Proudly serving Grayson County because your health matters. Schedule today. Call Owensboro Health Family Medicine in Litchfield at 270-259-8888.
Happy anniversary, baby. Got you on my mind. Happy anniversary, baby. Got you on my mind.
MB's point to ponder for today. Is it possible genies were a real thing until some jerk wished they weren't anymore? And then there were no more genies for the rest of us?
That's sad.
It's possible. I mean, the story of Aladdin came from somewhere. And Alibaba. Maybe it was Aladdin himself that later ruined it. Possible, I suppose. The water cooler question for today was, nearly half of parents have told their kids this lie. What is it?
I mean, I didn't come up with anything. I mean,
See,
there's so many options.
the one I put down when you said Alea would believe it, I think I might be wrong. Something to do with the Wi-Fi. Like, Wi-Fi is not
she's
working.
usually the one that tells me.
Uh-huh.
The lie is the Wi-Fi isn't working. The Wi-Fi isn't working.
Oh, so I was right.
Yeah, you were right.
Oh, see, I didn't think
Wi-Fi
she'd fall
isn't
for
working.
that if you told her that.
She would if I told her it's not working, especially if I just, changed the password or did whatever and said it wasn't working.
No, and the fact that it stalls half the time. I mean, it's
Well,
not
one of them
it's not a
certainly does.
stretch.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
So I know we had we had a plethora of guesses.
Mhm.
Do we have a winner, Sam?
Looks like we have 3 different winners.
3 different winners. I'll go with number 3.
1711.
1711. Congratulations to you, 1711. On television tonight, to pass along to you, Press Your Luck, ABC, the season 6 finale. Bob's Burgers on Fox, the season 15 finale. And on ESPN, The Kingdom. Sam Gormley will be tuned in for this, a 6-episode miniseries looking at the history of the Kansas City Chiefs,
Oh.
and in particular, the team's 2024 season.
So I guess this is ESPN's attempt of doing like a quarterback or something, or Hard Knocks, I guess.
Yeah. Last night's Hard Knocks was good, or Tuesday night's Hard Knocks was good. I watched it last night. I did finish the first season of Any Given Saturday, and it's really sad. The only time that UK shows up is they showed the U of L game, and Max Hairston. They were featuring him. He got some love, and that's the other thing, Sam. We didn't talk about the UK JMI deal. In that deal, they're trying to build an entertainment complex close to Kroger Field. If they don't put something better on the field, don't bother building anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they got the nice one there by Rupp. Because I'll walk by that when I go to games with my dad, and it looks really nice. In fact, one day the door was open, and I almost was like, maybe I should just poke my head in here and just. I mean, we're connected to JMI, as an affiliate. I feel like I could have pulled that card, and I think they would have given me the full tour, wouldn't they?
Surely, we know people. Today's highlight in history. This date in 1935, President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed the Social Security Act into law. Birthdays today. Singer Dash Crofts is 85. Connie Smith is 84. Steve Martin. Danielle Steele is 78. Cartoonist Gary Larson is 75. Rusty Wallace is 69. Marcia Gay Harden is 66. Irvin Magic Johnson is 66 today. Sarah Brightman is 65. Halle Berry is 59. Darren Clark is 57. Tim Tebow is 38 today. And my parents are celebrating their 55th wedding anniversary today.
Oh, there you go.
Happy anniversary to them. The double nickel anniversary. 5 to the 5. Gone but not forgotten. Where'd my list go? I set it aside. I got too busy focusing on anniversaries. Gone but not forgotten. Doc Holliday in 1851. Ed Herlihy in 1909. Earl Weaver in 1930. David Crosby in 1941. 1944, Bing Crosby, number one.
Swing on a star, carry moonbeams home in a jar, and be better off than you are.
Or would you rather be a mule? You know, a mule is an animal with long, furry, floppy ears. Frankie Lane, I Believe, in 1953.
Darkest night, a candle glow. I believe for everyone.
Oh, Frankie Lane. Such a singer. Little Eva.
What year was this?
So, this is 62. So,
Okay.
Grand Funk Railroad did it in the late 70s, and then Kylie Minogue did it in the 80s.
Well, I don't know which one it was, but it always reminds me of Girl Scouts when we got to stay overnight at the Greenwood Mall
For your lock-in or whatever.
for our lock-in.
Oh, boy.
1971,
West Virginia,
John Denver.
Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is old.
Is it West Virginia University that does that?
Yes.
Is that their thing?
Yep.
You know, Florida does I Won't Back Down, and
Rocky Top, you know.
yeah, Rocky Top. But then Tuscaloosa, they do
Mountain
that
Music.
Alabama song.
Yeah, I think it's Mountain Music.
Tennessee Saturday Night.
Here, one of them. Kentucky does Grove Street Party, though.
Oh, gosh. Yacht Rock. Christopher Cross, number one, Sailing. Sam, I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I have to confess it.
Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Watching that Any Given Saturday, I like Shane Beamer.
Oh, see, I've not watched a single second of it, and I probably won't watch that.
I never thought I would admit to liking anything about South Carolina, especially since he and Stoops have kind of had, like jawing back and forth.
Mhm.
But Shane Beamer comes off really good in Any Given Saturday. 1989, Patty Loveless, number one. Josh Heupel is about like Josh Heupel.
Goodness.
1998.
Yep.
Did you like Brian Kelly or not?
Nah, he's all right. He's about what I expected, I guess.
He's dorky.
He is about what I expected. He's from Massachusetts or something. So, Sean Kingston, number one in 2007.
Now this is a throwback.
Yes.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you for your service. Let's go to Sia. Cheap Thrills. 9 years ago today. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today says, when you're good at making excuses, it's hard to excel at anything else. When you're good at making excuses, it's hard to excel at anything else. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. Remember, God loves you, and I do too. If you don't know Jesus, let me know, and I'll introduce you. Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow for another edition of our show. For Sam Gormley, for Beej, I'm MB, and now you're in the know.
The Twin Lakes Best Mix is WKHG, Litchfield. The Twin Lakes